3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on their first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 14 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Pollard running left. Nice move at the 40. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Vaughn will take it in. Touchdown. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Commander's going to... field for drive number 2. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Now a short one to Gesicki. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. But you look at this defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
That was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On third down, Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Harris to return. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
Ball start. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, here's Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes. Mozzie Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Oh, good move. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for the touchdown. C.D. Lamb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Aviators have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Complete, it's Dotson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
29-yard line.
To throw, Cousins. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Cousins. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to Mooney. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Commanders' first down.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Again, it's Cousins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On 1st and 10, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. So we read. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Prescott on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They'll run left with Pollard. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Delay of game, offense.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw is Prescott. CeeDee Lamb. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Aviators are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing, Cousins. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Cousins. Now a short one to Gesicki. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out comes San Antonio. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
79 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop him for a 2nd straight play. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch it between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
They'll run forward with Pollard. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Yeah, show a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for 2nd half blowout material. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll toss this out right for Vaughn. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a give here to Pollard. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On third down, it's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
Oh, look at this play call. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aviators are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Washington offense heading out. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Cousins on first down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First target, first catch, and a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll throw again. Cousins. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Darnell Mooney from 17 yards out. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Commanders 10.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Second down, Pollard again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And he will find his man on the outside. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd down and a yard. Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bates. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 38-yard line.
Cousins again. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Washington 1st down.
Cousins to throw it. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Cousins. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin from 6 yards away. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and he'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Taken down at the 30.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 7. Now Prescott. This is caught. And touchdown! CeeDee Lamb. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Aviators are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 2nd and 11 now. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading